Hello everyone, welcome back to Theo Garratt Gone Primal episode 4. It is a windy day in Wellington today, Northerlies, and we're gonna go for a dive. And by where I mean me and Oscar. Oscar decided to leave his gear here last time, so we've got all his stuff. We're about to load it onto the truck and we're going to go to Red Rocks because Red Rocks is always good to go to Northerly. Hopefully this is a successful mission. You'll probably be able to tell from the title of this video if there's anything good. But hey, I just want to try get out every weekend. You got to fill your time with other stuff other than uni because then it just gets draining, and this is basically me just wanting to get out there. But yeah, a dive at least every week, mostly weekends, is kind of been a goal. Obviously that's not going to be the case, but if that is the case, then it gets me out there and I love it so much, honestly, being in the water. So yeah, that is going to be today's mission for episode 4. This guy's staring at me in the background. And honestly, for future episodes, potentially I'm going to go up and get the other head taxidermist. We're dropping it in Taupo. Taupo, my correction. I've been brought up saying Taupo, but it's Taupo. So back to the video. Who knows, could be fly fishing. Who knows what other kind of things you're going to see me doing on this channel, but it could be a random mix. And honestly, it's fun making these videos and I enjoy it. And look, I've been told that I should get microphones and like a tripod to stand up my phone. But to be honest, I'm not at that stage yet where I'm either that into it to buy that kind of stuff, but maybe eventually. Currently I'm using the pool table for my setup. And this is the scripture I'm going to read today. We're going to be reading in Jonah, starting in Jonah chapter 1 verse 17. So Jonah's prayer, and I'm just going to read this. Jonah's prayer. Now the Lord provided huge fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed to the Lord his God. He said, "In my distress I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the deed I called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the depths, into the very heart of the seas, and the currents swirled about me. All your waves and breakers swept over me. I said, I have been banished from your sight, yet I will look again toward your holy temple. The engulfing waters threatened me. The deep surrounded me. Seaweed was wrapped around my head. To the roots of the mountains I sank down. The earth beneath bared me in forever. But you, Lord my God, brought my life up from the pit. When my life was ebbing away, I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols turn away from God's love for them. But I, with shouts of grateful praise, will sacrifice to you what I have vowed. I will make good. I will say, salvation comes from the Lord, and the Lord commanded the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. Now, I don't really want to be swallowed by a fish, but if it comes to the case where I am, I can rely on God's salvation to save me. Anyway, let's get into today's video. There you go. Yep.
Touch the sky. Oh my God. She shot like a gun. Dead of the night. She's moving like a bullet. Take a pick off now. I swear I can be yours. I swear. I wanna take you for a ride.
Alright, here is the first voiceover for this episode, and I thought I would just showcase me putting on my gear before a dive. Cheeky little flex there. The hot soapy water always comes in clutch. I always boil a jug, so the water is boiling by the time I put my wetsuit on. It's nice and perfect temp. Nice and secure. Weight belt goes on. GoPro. And I'm good to go.
Hey, recording.
Me and Oscar were both holding our breaths for the visibility in the water, but we actually realised pretty quickly it was going to be a good dive, and the viz was awesome. It was a pretty slow start to the dive, just checking out a lot of rocks, seeing if there was power anywhere before I kind of reached the deeper areas. Some of these scenes were just making me realise how much I missed red rocks. There was a little bit of a current, as you could probably tell, but we were going on low tide, so the conditions were only getting better. Was constantly checking any cracks for any crays under rocks, big ledges. I got myself in a huge knot around this big piece of seaweed, and it took me a while to actually get out, but it shows you how much you're thinking about when you're in the water. Wasn't long until I took my first shot at this butterfish, and I just missed him because I was a little bit too far out.
Bro, great shot.
Oscar had already been putting in the mahi, and he shot this real nice sized butterfish, one of the bigger ones you normally see. I ended up spotting this decent sized blue moki, so I was stalking him. I was almost going to take the shot, but he just got out of range. He eventually turned on his side and I took a shot at him. And it was an interesting shot. It almost went through, but he shook it off, which was quite interesting. So I looked around the area to see if he was wounded anywhere, but I couldn't find him, so I was gutted about him. Shout out to Jake Hill, who let me use his music for my background track. Go give him a follow on Spotify. Their name is Grass Street. They've got some good music. Link in the description. Ended up taking it real slow on this kelp bed. I saw a few butters around, but I saw a big one over this hill, so I took a shot at him. And bang, he was going to be my first catch of the day. Decent sized butter. straight into the catch bag and reloaded my next shot. Honestly, this was such good grounds for butterfish, and it was good to see heaps around. I saw this one here, and when I got ready for the shot, I realized my safety was on and I absolutely butchered the shot. So wasn't happy about that. I made sure to keep checking as many little cracks as possible to see if there are any crays around. Saw this butterfish and I gave it a go, but my spear gun wasn't shooting. I have no idea why. I think it was a safety lock jam. So I gave it a shot here and it went off and I was absolutely gutted. I was like, what is happening? So rough start to the dive, to be honest. But not long after, I saw this guy. It looked like I hit him pretty hard, but he ended up getting away from me and I was so annoyed. I was like, how did that one get away? He was super injured, so I followed him around a bit and heaps of fish were trying to bite him, but he got away from me in the end. This blue cod appeared out of nowhere and kind of was chilling with me. He was nibbling on my spear gun and I wasn't going to shoot him for a while. He was with me for a good 10 minutes and then I ended up deciding to shoot him because I knew it was going to be tasty. The blue cod was just legal, which was great, and not long after I saw this butterfish and I was starting to reach flow state. This next clip just shows how stealthy these butterfish are. They hide in the kelp because this one just popped out of nowhere and he was a free shot, so took him, definitely. Bang, didn't see that one coming. And just when I thought this dive couldn't get any better, I saw this cheeky boy right here, so I went for the grab. Got a real solid grab on him, and that was going to be the cray for the day. Did the measure while he ate away at my wetsuit, which hurt much more than it should have, and he was legal, which was great. So put him in the catch bag to munch away at some butterfish. Saw this nice sized butter, but it was probably too far away, so just missed him. Ended up seeing this little cray, but he was tucked in a real good spot and it was pretty awkward to get, so tried to situate my hand in a better spot. Real awkward, and he got away from me and there was no way I was going to get him. Ended up chasing this butterfish instead and took a shot at him. Bang, too easy. ended up signaling to Dad I was ready to head in, so there was a bit of a current, so he told me to go a different way, and I stumbled across a couple pile which were decent size, which was awesome. Both were way above legal, so that was good to see them be added to the mixed bag. Definitely gets messy when the water gets a bit shallower. It gets real difficult to get out with all the gear, and I ended up losing my measurer, which is fine because you end up losing things on dives like these all the time.
To get to the point where you get so locked in.
It was good to see some cars challenging Devil's Gate. Shout out to Johnny G for the footage and for the sausages that he was cooking up after the dive. I mean, this is how you do it, honestly. There's Oscar, happy as. Got his butterfish, got his power. Nothing beats it.
Right. Okay.
This car conquered it eventually, but what a battle it had.
Can the hell skate?
There's me getting out of the water with Oscar helping. And yeah, overall it was a great haul. There's a thumbnail right there. Boom. Doesn't get better. Taking these wetsuits off honestly feels like Spider-Man 3. I mean, if you know, you know. And if I showed this next part on YouTube, I'd probably be banned.
Far point.
Yeah, just here was bad. Out there.
One of the unexpected events that happened is Dad getting stuck. I mean, 2 doesn't equal 4, and we took a 2-wheel drive for the risk. Anyway, the bros ended up helping us out, and it costed us a power and a butterfish.
Yeah, boy! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Of course, we didn't tell them about the cray. So this is called the reverse poop chute method. Apparently you're meant to just stick this, probably can cut this a bit more,
Poo shoot.
up the poo chute. Goes all the way up, give it a bit of a twist, and you pull it out. Well, So,
It worked.
but, oh, hang on. Let's try and get it again.
I reckon you got it, bro. I reckon you got it out.
What an absolute disaster. Cut. Alright, finishing the video off. What a success, honestly. It was touch and go at the start after missing all those fish, and I was getting so frustrated with myself, but I just started reaching flow state and things just got going so good. My ears weren't needing to be equalized with like this, and I was getting to the depths without any problem. It was way better viz than me and Oscar anticipated, and no one was out, so we were stoked about that. And he got 3 real big butterfish and a power, and I got 4 butters, 1 blue cod and the cray, and then the 2 power at the end. So a bit of a mixed bag, which is great, and definitely was worth getting stuck, and it was worth the mish. I mean, that's my Saturday gone. The sun is already set and it's getting pretty dark, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon. Washed the gear out, measured all the fish and crays. The cray was about that much over legal. The blue cod legal size is 33 centimeters. It was 35, so it was about that much. And I mean, the blue cod was with me the whole time, and I was like, it's too short, it's not legal. And it got to me eventually, and I was like, that's gonna be tasty. So I just ended up pinging him. And luckily he was legal, so there was no trouble in that. But hey, that was a great successful dive. Obviously there's gonna be many more, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Theo Garratt's Gone Primal. Have a great day.